and I'm only asking y'all the question because I think it is, Charles, I think the 49ers, in a roundabout way, have found their quarterback. They didn't have to trade up for him, but they found their long-term quarterback, and it's number 13.
Wow. You know what? It was just a couple months ago. Bailey Zappi gonna take Mac Jones' job. It was just, we love these guys who come in and they run around, they do stuff, they throw the ball around. And if everybody had listened to Kyle Shanahan yesterday, one of the things that he said was, he talked about him running around, doing some things. That's what he did in college. Absolutely. Go back and look at Iowa State. What he did last night on the field was just like what he did at Iowa State, but the difference was he would run into some pretty big mistakes. If you want to look up, you can find some Brock Purdy embarrassing film with Iowa State. We just haven't hit it yet, okay? He's had 2 good games. I will give him that. He played really well. He did some things where you were like, oh, okay. Like when he ran it in and he had an off schedule that he squeezed between a couple defenders. You're like, all right. And he was amped. When you got Trent Williams, who is hyping you up, when you're sitting there and you're doing the, chop across your chest and asking people what's up, and you got Trent Williams who's like, yeah, that's great. It's a good start. So I'll give him that. But I also heard people last night like, oh, he's going to bump Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. Oh, he's going to be the next Tom Brady. I'm like, man, can we just...
Okay, wait, the next Tom Brady thing is too far. But look, Jimmy Garoppolo's a free agent. Trey Lance remains unproven. And with all due respect, Michael, all Trey Lance has going for him is that the Niners decided they thought of enough of him to draft him, trade up to draft him 3rd overall. That's the best thing he's got on his resume, is somebody decided subjectively that he was worth the 3rd overall pick. His play in practice, preseason, and in games does not say that he is their long-term answer.
Somebody decided. It wasn't the previous regime, okay,
it was
who
this
decided
one.
it.
But
it wasn't Steve.
Okay.
It wasn't Steve Mariucci. Okay.
Here's another comp.
It wasn't Mike Singletary.
Here's another comp, and Michael, and this is a little more complicated because injury and mismanagement against Seattle has a lot to do with it. But back in what year was RG3 and Luck? 08?
2012.
What year was that?
2012.
2012. The then Redskins, now Commanders, with Kyle Shanahan as OC and his dad as head coach, drafted RG3 with the 2nd overall pick. Turned out that their long-term quarterback was the guy they took in the 4th round of that same year. Maybe the Niners missed on Lance. And I've seen enough, Michael, of Brock Purdy to say that he has enough. I'm not saying he's not going to have bad days. I'm not going to say that he might not look like a rookie Thursday in Seattle when I go to Seattle to see him. But I've seen enough from him where Garoppolo's a free agent, Lance is unproven. They got something in this guy. Is he the next Montana, Young, or even Jeff Garcia? I don't know. But I think that he's the guy. And just because he was drafted with the last pick of the draft doesn't mean he can't be.
All right, Charles, since you've been at the cookout for a long time, we can share some family business. Okay, let's share some family business here.
Let's
Charles,
share some family business. Go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Now, Charles,
what you got?
Charles, you said a couple months ago people were talking about Bailey Zappi. Forget about a couple months ago. It was 2 weeks ago. The same Michael Smith.
Why you keep bringing up Bailey Zappi?
No, I ain't about Bailey Zappi. I'm saying Charles brought up Bailey Zappi a couple months ago. I'm saying we don't have to go back a couple months. We can go back a couple weeks ago, Mike.
Okay.
Somebody who has your face and your background and sitting in your chair said, hey, listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. That defense is so tight, it doesn't even matter who the quarterback is. You're trying to tell me
that was sarcasm. That was sarcasm because people like you say that it doesn't that was directed to people who say that the Niners won in spite of Garoppolo instead of because of Garoppolo. I'm not saying it doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
Are they winning because of Purdy? Are they winning because of Purdy? Is he such a franchise guy that they couldn't?
He has in the last 2 weeks
do what they did?
He has made in the last 2 weeks he's made winning plays. What I'm saying is, okay, the Niners could think, well, we drafted Trey Lance with the 3rd overall pick. We traded up for him. We got to see it through because we drafted him there, and we think he has potential, or we want to go find somebody else. Everybody's looking for a star quarterback through the front door. Doesn't always happen that way. Michael, you cannot tell me, you can't tell me that you aren't seeing, I'm not saying he's the next Tom Brady, but that you aren't seeing shades of what Brady brought to the 0-1 Patriots. This is a much better roster, but shades in terms of moxie, in terms of poise, in terms of presence, in terms of chemistry, in terms of confidence, all the things that Brady brought to the table when he came out of nowhere and took over for Bledsoe when he got hurt. This is very reminiscent of that situation. Again, not the same player. Nobody's going to be Tom Brady again, but the dude's got a lot of the same stuff. That's all I'm saying.
I don't see it. I don't see it. You know what? I got to tell you, just based on what we showed there. Based on what we showed there, and look, the great throws and making all the throws, every quarterback can't do that. It's a rare animal who can do it. Mahomes, Josh Allen, Herbert, those guys can make all the throws from any position. Lamar. I don't like the way he slings it, quite honestly. I don't know about you, Charles and Mike. I saw some bad defense yesterday from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Even on, I think, the second touchdown. Like, come on, man. Like, you should be competing for that ball. I mean, I didn't think his throws. I didn't go, oh man, that's amazing what Purdy just did. I more was like, oh wow, how the mighty have slipped. Tampa Bay is a bad football team. They're bad. And that's what stood out to me more than what that stood out to me more than Purdy, quite honestly.
And that's fair. And Charles, I'm not, as Parcells would say, as Bill Parcells, I'm not putting him in Canton. I'm not trying to put him in Canton. Okay, I'm simply saying that. Okay, look, it was Trey Lance, and we're going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. One of us on this here screen always advocated for keeping Jimmy Garoppolo. Turns out it was a good thing they did. They kept Garoppolo. Garoppolo plays well. No sooner than people are talking about Garoppolo.
I appreciate that credit you're giving me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Whatever. You know that wasn't for you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
No sooner, Charles, I ain't talking to him. No sooner than people started talking about Garoppolo maybe returning next year, then Garoppolo got hurt once again.
Yeah,
I'm simple. And now,
he did his thing.
Now, of course, that Brady's coming back again next year. It's Tennessee, Las Vegas. Does San Francisco bring him home the way they wouldn't a couple of years ago? It's like you keep searching and searching. The guy fell in their laps. There's enough here to develop this guy and have him play in this awesome situation with the Super Bowl caliber roster. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So here's my counterpoint here. First off, they don't need to make this decision. They can have Trey Lance and Brock Purdy next year, and they can look at both of them, and they can. And I will remind people, there was a time this season, not long ago, when we all looked at Justin Fields and we were like, like, what is going on? Like, why does he, man, he's in these big moments. I still hear people are like, how come every time he gets an opportunity to lead a fourth quarter winning drive at the end, he can't do it? I still hear that. But over the expanse of the season, our minds were changed as we saw Justin Fields start to develop, get some momentum, some chemistry. And you know what?
Am I writing off Trey Lance too soon? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that from what we've seen from Fields, we need to give Trey Lance the opportunity to get that kind of run, work out some kinks, and get some confidence. As you have seen, things in the NFL, they change dramatically when a team has confidence. Look at the Detroit Lions. They're playing great football, but they are probably one of the most confident teams in football. And I'll give you another one. Look at Christian Watson in Green Bay, dropping balls, looking horrible, getting concussed,
he was a second-round pick, so I don't know if he got.
Go ahead, I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Green Bay took him in the second round.
You're so
funny.
Listen.
You're so funny. You taking that act on the road? You gonna take that on the road? Okay.
Once he got some confidence, okay. All of a sudden, that natural ability that they drafted, that speed, where they were like, "Look, when he's wide open, this guy can run by you." Once he had that confidence, it completely changed how he looked on a football field. So, I'm just saying, it's fine to be happy with Brock Purdy. Okay, it is. That's totally fine. But let's not just say he's going to take another guy's job yet. When I think the tools, the size, and by the way. Here's one thing I'll say about Brady. Everyone's saying, oh, Brady this, Brady that. Look at the size difference between these two players, okay? Look at the arm arm difference between these two players. And oh, by the way, look at the head difference. Because look, Purdy, again, and as Shanahan touched on this in this press conference, part of what he does, it's almost like this Manziel, like, you know, nature when Manziel was at Texas A&M. He runs around, makes things chaotic, and then makes plays. That'll go for a little bit in the NFL.
Right.
But eventually you got to show your
But I'm gonna use your counterpoint the same way. Just as it's too soon to put him in Canton, it's too soon to say what he can't be either. Maybe
fair
he grows
enough.
out
That's
of it.
fair enough.
He may not grow, but this moment isn't too big for him. He may be little, but this moment isn't too big for him. Is what
I'm just
I
trying
see.
to keep the guardrails a little closer than
No, I got
Tom
you.
Brady
But
versus...
Michael will tell you, and we got to move on. But Michael will tell you that Brady, as one Boston columnist often like to write, would throw sideways during the 2001 season.
Right.
Brady wasn't throwing it, chucking it down. Brady didn't have the strongest arm coming out, or even early in his career. He developed into this player. He developed into this player. He was very self-made.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.